about that while we're waiting for Cedar.
Okay, and I got it. I'm
This
actually
looks like the
live and
market,
recording.
to me, looking at the chart, looks like the market overall is doing the same thing. It's, in fact, I went to a weekly to get a better idea, and it looks to me like needs to get over 32. Yeah, it
Okay,
needs to get
and I'm
over
recording.
32 to make a run.
So which ticker are you talking about? I'm
Right.
recording right now. Got it.
AI.
Okay, perfect. Jumping on.
The truth is here, let's just leave all three of us on
Yeah,
and see what we
let's-
come up with.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm I'm looking at the daily right here. I can see a break. We could break above that. Yeah, about 30.90 on the daily. See that weekly level so I can see. Oh, yeah, there it is. I see a little bit higher here on the weekly, definitely. Yeah, about 31.20, 32. Yep. And you have some
Yes.
upside, 34.60-ish.
So my levels from
That's
last time we
exactly
did
what I
is 32.65 to 33.55 as a pretty good zone. If we get above there, we rail to $40.
That we're all three of us are pretty much saying the same thing. I basically said 32 hold it should move up pretty good.
Yep, this looks like a nice bottom opportunity here. Dips are still being bought. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I like the fact that you see those candle rejects are tightening up on the weekly, which look really good. Usually if you'd asked me this at the end of November, I would have said it looks really bad. The last 2 weeks has kind of gotten to look a lot better. You're not getting as high. Well, no, you're not really getting any candle rejects. It's going both ways. So it's really looking a lot better than it did, at least on the weekly.
On the daily, you can see a solid hold, that 23.15 level, and really it was 23 even was what I had marked, but 22.68 volume point of control on the weekly, or on the near term over the last like 20 weeks worth of trading range. So beautiful, beautiful hold there. Just basically consolidating, making a new higher low. I'm in that in my long-term account though. That's probably gonna be in my account for 20 years, might get past a grandkid, something like that. That'll be there for a long time. And that one was thanks to you?
Yeah, nice
That was your
find,
original.
Dr. Swing. That's that me?
Yeah, you found that
Oh
one
yeah,
originally.
that was a while back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking that was like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm. But some of what I use for this is where I
So,
add to my
but,
long-term.
it's
Yep.
looking better now. I'm gonna get right back into it again, I think.
All right, next one is
Yeah, I really like that
plug.
long setup. That looks like a long hold. A lot of recovery to do. The fact that we're printing higher lows also here on each curl, that's nice to see.
Next one is plug.
Let's go to the next one. We have HHH.
Is it HH or plug? Oh, that's okay. Bill Ackman, sorry, same post. All right.
Is that right? HHH.
Howard,
I have
Howard
never
Hughes.
typed that in my
Wow.
computer. Let's see.
Howard Hughes. Most everybody here don't even remember who he is. He was, back in the day, he was really something.
Oh, he was. I've never looked at the sticker.
Genius guy.
Huh.
Good looking guy. He had everything, man. This guy was, at the time, he was the guy. And, he went sick in the head and got screwy and he died kind of like in a mess, but the guy was brilliant. Back to this stock, Howard Hughes Holdings.
looking at the monthly now, it seems to be consolidating. Just being a pennant right here, getting tight. Some levels.
Yeah, it's kind of coiling a little. I went out to the monthly too, and it looks like it's coiling, but the problem with coiling on a monthly, it takes longer to have an actual reaction. So I don't like looking at that, at least right now. On the weekly, same thing though. Kind of. Yeah. Can't really get a. I'll post this, I'll post what I'm looking at. This is a weekly chart, and that's why the monthly didn't look as good to me as far as the coil.
It sounds like Scriptly just refreshed itself. That's beautiful. I'm going to post my weekly chart.
Bruce, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
That
I
was
thought
just
so.
a transcribe bot.
Yeah, it refreshes itself every once in a
Take a
while.
look at what I see. The monthly that I was just talking about, I went back to a weekly instead of the monthly, and the weekly looks a lot better as far as coiling up. I just posted the chart. I should put that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does yep. That's kind of similar to what I charted on the 1 month, but yeah, that does looks like you're making higher lows again here. So it's slowly, slowly but surely, but it is taking a while.
Yeah, I'd probably wait on this one. I would, maybe Cedar or Cruise might have a better
Yeah.
chart than what I'm showing here, but I'm looking at yours, it's pretty much the same.
Right. Yeah, we're
I'd let it.
seeing eye to eye.
I would let it sit and I'd watch it and keep watching it. And then, because it looks like it's going to do something here, but man, that's another story.
And we do have a failed break on the
consolidated since
weekly.
March 2020. Oh,
No, we've got a failed breakout on the weekly. Let me go back to the chart that we actually stayed over it that looked like it was going to in April of 22, like that March to April. So you could take it with a very tight stop. So that downtrend that I put in the Tuesday Lunch and Learn channel, as that's my stop, right? I'm going to trade once it breaks out of it. And if it closes a weekly back under it, it's a very tight stop underneath, but there's no trade here on this. We could very easily still come back down even into the 72 range. I can't believe I've never looked at this ticker before, but I have never seen it in my life. And Howard Hughes is actually quite the character to study. Like Thor said, it didn't end well. Towards the end, it kind of fell apart. However, he's pretty spectacular. So
He was the guy, man. For all
Yeah.
you younger guys here, younger traders, younger women, you should go check this guy out because
Yeah.
he was really something.
so
At the end of the
overhead,
day, he was the guy.
we've got 88.70. If we do break above that downtrend line and hold it, it's pretty easy room. We've got a lot of low volume area at the 85, 83 to 87 range. And then first overhead resistance just shy of 89, 88.97, and then 92.27. And these are all just drawn off of volume. I don't like that one there. There
Yeah,
is,
the top trend line right now is give or take like $85.
yeah.
Now it is,
Yes,
right now today.
the low volume area between 88 and 110 could see, we could spend some time in there repairing it. We're going to probably chop back and forth at that 85 range, fill that in. So when I talk about profile repair, it's taking these low volume areas and filling them in. It's kind of like if you have a low area and a river starts to run through it, the mud will kind of the silt and stuff will settle in it and it'll become less low. So basically that's cleaning up the mess that's left here in this when we sold back down underneath. Volume point of control, 126.87 is not unreasonable. So above 110, the next real level is 120 something. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'm gonna set some alerts, and I will probably I need to dig into what it contains more before I decide if I'm gonna put it in long-term holdings. But based on this chart, there is a very good chance, if it's not very tech heavy, that I will add it.
Yeah, the thing about that stock, it's been around since probably the 60s, because that's when Howard Hughes was big 50s, 60s and put those companies together. My guess he's in aviation and probably some.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know he was big in aviation and his company's probably doing something with something with the government.
This
I'm gonna look
holdings
at it too,
account
but-
was formed in 2011, but it is going to contain concepts from
Oh,
those
wow.
times for sure.
We're just using his name, I guess.
Maybe, but it could be stuff that he put together and that it, you know what I mean, became his fund. So I'm gonna dig into it, but if it is not tech heavy, this will be something for me to add to long-term portfolio.
Yeah, really good find there, Dr. Swing. AI was, I kind of lost focus on it because I stopped watching it. It looks good. And this HHH, and I just noticed you said Bill Ackman has been accumulating shares. I'm going to watch that one. I don't think it's going to do anything right away, but it's going to do something. It's just a matter of when. And I guess that's why Bill has been accumulating shares. But, kudos to you. Those are two really good finds.
All right, I will take the next one to start. Let's see here. That one is plug, right? Let's make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I haven't looked at plug in a while. Let's see what we have here. Ow. I clearly have charted it for this at some point, and it looks like we're back at that level. Yep, owie, owie. And I say this all the time on Lunch and Learn, if you've watched any of the recordings or been here for it. On these like meme stocks, these big 2020 pop kind of situations, I cut off the top of it. I don't even look at this stuff as oh, it could go back here. Yes, in 20 years, it could go back there. And moss will be growing on my hands by the time I wait for that to actually happen. I am watching this overall downtrend line that I put in place. Let's see where yeah, so I probably put it in place somewhere this summer, charting this, so we can go back and search it or whatever to see, but this is historically what I put in. We're just grinding down on that trend line. And this is a great chart when we say, just because it's sold off a bunch doesn't make it a great buy. Some of this from a context.
$1,500 in 2000.
Oh, this thing, I put this in my kids' accounts, right? Like coming out of the crash and my account, and we traded it up to like, I don't know, 70. And I was like, no, it was 60, like 60 or 61. And I was like, I'm out. I don't even know what's happening. This is craziness. And I have not even considered it since then. But I would be looking for a weekly close with a successful back test to this downtrend line on the weekly. So I'll post that so you can see it. Nothing has really changed levels wise from what I posted last time, but I'll go ahead and put that in there and hand it to you guys.
Yeah, the first thing I look at is I didn't like it right away. But then I say, well, let's run that trend line down and see how it looks. And then I look at the trend line and I'm looking at it, it looks like it found a bottom. But what I don't like is even if it does break above that trend line, it's going to fill the gap and it's probably going to turn back. What I would do if I was going to play this is I would play that trend line break. I wouldn't buy it then. I'd wait for the gap fill. I'd wait for it to pull back and I'd buy it right off that trend line. That's what I would do.
Oh, and I should add, I was going to say this and then forgot and handed it over. My issue with plug from a long-term perspective, I will not put this back in my long-term portfolio. Because their technology is flawed, they will not be around long term. I will definitely trade a breakout of it all day long. I'll trade a breakout, but no long term because this company will be defunct in somewhere between, let's give it 4 to 6 years. This company will be gone or struggling so badly they'll be rated as a penny stock. My husband's electrical contractor has been for 30 years and is very into alternative energy, wind power, solar power, all other kinds of power. And just take it from me, it's not a company you want in your long-term port.
I'm going to post what if you can follow the arrows and trend line I was talking about, you can, I'm going to post this in Lunch and Learn so that when you hear our voice here, you can look at my chart and see what I was actually talking about. So I better put a ticker on this. What do you think, Cruz?
Plug, man, I would, personally, I wouldn't touch it, but, I mean, it's, yeah, it's, after zooming out, it looked pretty rough, but I mean, short term, because you did say short term, to be fair, I mean, but, it's, if we hold above 440 right here, we could look for a recovery back up to that 480 and potentially up to that 568 area. This is on a 4-hour chart. Bottom, we have a nice little double bottom right there at 335-ish. Yeah, I mean, it's slowly progressing back up here. If we hold above that 440, we'd look for a bounce or maybe stay in that range between 440 and or 440 and 480. Sorry. You might get a move up to $5-6.
Oh, and I just caught that my stream
Okay.
was not shared to the correct place. So you should be able to see Plug now. Will you guys confirm that Plug is streaming?
Yeah.
Nope, that's, okay, hold on. Cedar.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, normally what I was saying about Plug, is, yeah, I probably wouldn't play it. I always try to say, if the chart doesn't look completely ugly, like if Cedar and I a lot of times look at a chart and say, oh no, I'm not even, forget that one. This chart isn't like that,
Right.
but it's pretty bad. But if I did, I always try to give my opinion if I were to trade it, because some people are just stuck on, I'm going to trade it. They heard something from an uncle and they think it's going to be something big, and who knows, they might be right. So if they are going to play it regardless, I try to give my opinion on if I were to trade it.
Right. Well said.
And also, if I weren't to trade it, like I'm just not, this is why, so that we can walk you through mentally why we're like, nope. All right,
Exactly, yeah.
Cruise, I think,
All right, so what's the next one we got here?
let's find out. I think Cruise is up on this one.
Lost my place.
Me too. To go find my stream. All right, here we go.
Oh, Tesla. Ecavera. Tesla, please. Okay.
Oh, by the way, update on.
It's actually looking
on-
better.
Update on the Cybertruck. It looks like, I just watched a walkthrough on it, and it looks like the bed is set up for a gooseneck, so there's still a chance that thing will be pulling a horse trailer. As long as I can get a gooseneck hooked on, we are good to go. I was very disappointed when they didn't talk about that at all, but feeling a little happier now as long as the frame can handle. Little side note. Okay, Cruz, if you want to take this one first, and if not, it's Thor's turn. I'm not sure if he's
All
still.
right, well, for me on Tesla, yeah, I'm already looking at it. I kind of, oh, yeah, you know what? If you want, go ahead and take for it. What, you guys can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Cedar. I'm not.
Yeah, I can hear you, Cruz.
Everybody's here, right?
Yeah.
We can all hear each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Thor.
All right. If you want, go ahead and take it, Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. With Tesla, we're looking more long term. Well, let's see, 4-hour. I'm already on that. Still have a clear level at 238. If we hold above that 238, 239 area, could look for retests of 250. Eventually, we do have that chop zone between 243 and 260. Really, that's if you wanted to retest 300. It's 300 does look pretty far out of the way, especially because we just made a low right here. But pull up the weekly. Also, let me hide these right. Yeah, pulling up the weekly, we're coiling too, but we still have buyers. That's good. So dips are still definitely being loaded up right here. So I could eventually see a retest of 286 area for the weekly chart, 286 to 295. And if we break that, we could potentially see 300 again, over 300, 305 to 315. But that would be with the hold of, for me, I'd typically like to stay over 230.
I have something similar. You got to remember, all of us are looking at something just a little bit different, but if you'll notice, I
Right.
think by the time Cedars talks, she's going to say something similar to what either one of us is going to say.
And it's not because we're
For
trying to
me,
agree with each other. It's
right
when-
now,
yeah.
I'm looking at,
It's not because we're trying to agree with each other. We're just giving our view
no,
on
I
it.
mean,
So
we,
yeah, yeah.
it's just,
Yeah, and if we see
Yeah,
the same
because,
thing, that's just more confluence.
right. And I'm not actually agreeing with Cruz 100%. And, but he's right. I'm just not on the exact same page he is. But we're both thinking the same thing. It's going to move up. I have a higher hold area, and I'll post the reason why here in a second. But I think it's got to hold above today's high, maybe even 244, and we'll be okay. But I'll post my chart. The reason I think I did I? No, I did. Okay, hold on a second. I think, Cruz, you had something a little lower than I did, didn't you? As far as,
Yeah,
Hold.
just a little bit, and I was gonna pull it up. About the chart deck here. At about
here's the thing, you might make more money on Cruz's call.
Oh, wow, I already have a chart, and I already have a line there. Huh. I didn't know I had a chart down here. I'm just recharting this here. I definitely see above that 240 though too. You'd like that.
Yeah, I like that neckline. That's what I like about it. And I like the fact that it's kind of consolidated here for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Now it's, obviously it's either going to move up or down here pretty soon. So I'd want to see above the number I mentioned.
Okay, I'm having some tech issues. Give me just a sec. 245 is the number that I remember seeing. Give me just a sec trying to get back here. Discord is giving me trouble. Okay.
Real quick, Cruz, were you basically calling a bounce there at your number? Just to be clear, or were you just talking about a hold number?
I like it to hold about that 240. You know, I adjusted my line and I'm liking this a little bit more. It's right at 240 on the dot actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the other chart down here, right under that. But yeah, no, I do like oh, wait, what? Okay, that's the same chart for some reason. There we go. Yeah, but I'm liking 240. I made it a little bit more tight here, but yeah, we've been chopping right there between that 230 and yeah, 240, 245-ish for a while. So once we break that range, that's what I would wait for.
Okay, so basically we do have the same number, really, just a little bit more variation.
Right. I moved mine up after you mentioned yours, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's spot on. Like that, but right here, I'm breaking it down now into a 4-hour chart, and this is that range.
So on weekly for me, it's
And
245.08.
then we have that upper target at 250. That's the range there.
So I'm at 245.08 overhead resistance. I want to see the weekly close above that level to target
Cedar, you're having some issues here. We
250.
can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Okay.
Yeah, you're still cutting out, Cedar.
Wonder if it's too much bandwidth with both streams.
Well, no, because I can hear you fine. You're coming
Well, with
through.
hers, like her, because she's streaming on 2 devices.
Oh,
I'm not too
Oh.
sure. And I like Tesla. We're testing that supply area right here, it seems.
yeah, when I looked at it, I said, oh, no, we got to look at this again. I thought we were going to see nothing again. Because lately Tesla's been, it's been kind of like
Stagnant.
Okay, let's look at it again, but nothing's really catchy. Today it looks catchy.
Right.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
All right, I think Cedar's trying, but I don't. think
Can
we
you
have
hear
it.
me?
Let's just move to the next one, and she can probably post.
I think I've got
Yeah, we
some
can-
lag
Yeah, I can
here.
hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what's up with that, but all right, I think I need to fix the weekly chart that I posted. I think it probably is that I'm streaming like in two places, so have to consider what this looks like net out week by week. I'll have to listen to the recording and see if it turned out well, because then I'm also recording two Streamlabs. Overhead, we've got two, if we can close the weekly above 245.08, we've got 258.37 and 2 to 262.25 target. Overall target on Tesla for me is 272.46. That's on the weekly. And that goes back into July of 23. We've got some interaction September, October. And then above there, that's also our higher time frame downtrend. So we could see a head back up into that 300 range. I am definitely bullish on Tesla. I have a literal shit ton of it in my commons. I'm way oversized in it. It's because I bought it a really long time ago and just keep adding more money to long-term portfolio funded from my day trading profits. So I will not be adding it personally, but it is very tradable from a swing and equity position if you are looking at it.
All right, so we need what's the next one we got here? We got a couple more. We lost you again, Cedar. Cruz, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. What's our next one?
Okay. I just got to make sure it's not me.
No, you're good.
CHET. Actually, we're going to run out of Moonshot wants that one. Let's go to the next one. Moonshot's capable of looking at a chart. He just wanted to
Yeah,
fill
you
some
said if we
space
run
there.
time. You said if we need something. Did we already do SE? Not SE yet.
No. Yeah, let's do that one. Maybe we can do SC and FTCH, and then I've got to go pick up my daughter, but I have time to do those two.
Cool. Yeah, that's lunchtime for me too. So we could do these two and then definitely need to get some food.
Oh, this one looks interesting.
Yeah,
the hell
really,
happened to it?
it's really attracted to this tight range down here. If you look at like the daily or weekly, it's been stuck down here for some time. We popped out of it a little bit and we came right back down. I don't like
Didn't
that.
this one get called the other day, or in the last couple of
Yeah.
days? Did somebody call this one?
I think Husky.
Yeah, I think Husky traded it.
God, he was onto something here for sure. But it looks like it's going to die
Yep.
and just
Yep.
sit right back down here again.
Yeah,
If you're
And
in it,
we're on
I
charge
put
point,
stops at under 35.
You guys are on charge point.
yeah, that's exactly the line I have. 35.84 SE.
Oh,
No,
SE, okay.
See,
Yeah, if you were in this play, and because I did not look at what Hut called, I see why he called it. It looks like something happened today that dropped it back down, and I don't think it's the overall market. But if you're in it, I think my stop loss is just under 35. If I'm in it. Otherwise, I'm not playing it until it's over 40 or so. Even, yeah, a hold over 40, I would be a player on it. But right now, no. If you're in it, I put stop loss under 30. And that's what I have on it.
I just posted weekly and daily charts on it. So I must have charted this in one of these a while back. I don't typically look at this chart. We've got lines on it. So that hold over the 34.90 is a key hold. So you could even, I mean, if you were speculative, which I am not really in this particular instance, C Limited, haven't traded probably in the last year. But you could just put your stop underneath 34, buy yourself some time, give yourself 2 to 3 months on a contract to give it some time to develop, because it is very likely to continue sideways chop. Because what did it do from August 23? So 5-6 weeks worth of chop before we started seeing some pops, and just really watch it on the daily, really below daily close of 36, let's call it 36.10. I would probably close it if I were in a longer dated swing. It just is not exciting to me. It looks like it's going to continue to die, is my gut feeling. And we're not trading off our guts, but after you've looked at thousands of charts, this is sickly.
I wonder if that chart improved really quickly in the last day or so because of the market, and now it just kind of lost its energy because the market lost its energy. Because I could definitely see why Husky called it. I'm just trying to figure out why SPY's only down 0.47. So it's not that something happened. I'd like to find out.
Well, it should have popped more. We broke over a downtrend line, back tested to it, and now we're just consolidating after the back test. So the fact that we didn't break back underneath it is a good sign. We'd been in that downtrend from June of 23 into October. So there is that. It just looks anemic to me.
Yeah. What do you think, Cruz?
I got the same levels as you guys pretty much. I have a 35.80 line. So yeah, 35.36 level. I don't like it under there because it looks like it can get pretty rough, but it also looks like it'd be tough to break down under that. So it's pretty strong level, even just looking left. And I would need it to be out of that 38.60 level, like above that. It seems like we've been ranging there, 38.60 to that 39 level. But we could definitely play that range for a little bit as far as long term goes. I would like to stop, yeah, like that 35 area down there. That would be that low from August this year. So yeah, I would put a stop down there if you're looking at maybe comments or maybe like a lead. But as far as short term swing, I would probably we're right in the middle of that range, so I'd probably give it some time.
Yeah, all three of us are pretty much the same.
All right, next one is FTCH, if we can squeeze one more in.
With this one, it's kind of volatile. That's why I gave it under 35 and over 40, because either one of them could, poke its head down there under 35 and then recover.
Pop back up.
The same with over.
I've got time for one more if you guys want to do one more.
High 38 area.
Not sure if you can hear me.
It could jump over and come right back. So I'd like to. You know what, Chris? Let's do one more because I can do one more and I've got to go pick up my daughter.
Yep, it's fine.
And I don't know what the speaker actually said. So let me find it and see what it is. Hold on 1 second, I gotta scroll up. We got a lot of info here today. FTCH.
Okay.
I remember looking at this one before. It used to get a lot of action on the unusual options. And I looked at this a lot. Right now, I wouldn't touch it. This is one of those charts I absolutely do not like. Not even a little bit.
If you can hear me, I absolutely
have a-
can't stand this chart. It's not going to stop its sell-off.
I don't like it at all. I wouldn't have given a thought to playing it, period.
Yeah, I don't like that aggressive sell off there. Right before earnings. And yeah, earnings in December. But we've been selling off since its peak in February 21. Selling off.
I really haven't stopped.
2 years.
And it's not really a short either because it's so damn cheap. It's not even worth looking at. I don't have in front of me who posted it, but I'd stay away from it. Either way, I wouldn't touch it.
That's Miss JMB.
Hi,
If you
guys.
guys can hear me.
That's
All right. I'm out. I'll finish the recording.
okay,
So
I see
if my audio wasn't good, it should be good in the Streamlabs. I'm going to double check it before I post it, but it should be okay if you missed out on some of my commentary. All right, thanks. We'll see you guys, and hopefully you can hear this at least. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, yeah, thanks for joining us, Chris. Today was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And Cedar, it's always fun. So, and thanks everybody for listening in.